Welcome, Wrestle Buddies, to the Wrestle Buddy podcast. This week we've got a triple threat for our predictions show. Obviously, you know me, I'm Andy, Wrestle Buddy Andy. We've got the Quizmaster Matty with us back again. Matt, how are we doing?
Doing good. Hope everybody's staying safe, healthy, and hydrated. And yeah, I'm happy to be back. Happy to do this prediction show with you guys.
And just before I introduce you, Jimmy, Red Bull does not hydrate you.
It hydrates me.
And yeah, we've got the Drip King himself, Jimmy Baby. How are we doing, Jim?
Doing good. I'm looking forward to this show tomorrow. I think we're in for just one hell of a night or evening, whatever it is for you.
Oh, well, I'm excited because in the UK it's at a really, really reasonable time.
No, lucky you.
I'm really happy about that. Now, first of all, guys, just before we go into the predictions, just first of all say hello to me son, Ashton. Hello, Ashton.
Hey, Ashton.
What up, Ashton?
We can't help but we've got to talk about it, Cody Rhodes. First of all, Matty, what's your thoughts on the news that came out Cody this week?
I was ecstatic. I mean, I say this on Twitter all the time. I hate the drone bullshit. I hate people that just stand for one thing. This is phenomenal for pro wrestling. I am excited for this. I don't think you should have any vignettes for him. Debut him tomorrow. Fuck it.
Jimmy, what's your thoughts, mate?
Man, I don't know what to think. Like I said on Twitter, man, every time I start to think he's gone, part of me is like, man, this is just, he's working us. If someone could pull this off, it's Cody Rhodes and Tony Khan, because they have all these media people in their back pocket. So, and then after I process that a little bit, I'm like, nah, he's probably gone. So I'm just going to sit back and enjoy whatever happens, because whatever way it goes, it's going to be awesome. If he shows up in Saudi though tomorrow, I'm probably gonna lose my mind.
Yeah, the thought of it being a work is stuck at the back of my mind. So I'm not, taking that grain of salt away. But
yeah, I mean, the one thing that I've said as well is, like, I know I've just been saying to you before we started. Imagine, obviously, we know that the Saudi Prince and the Saudis in general love the old nostalgia prop. If he turns up as Stardust.
I would love it. That'd be amazing.
Hey, Joshua. How we doing, Joshua?
How you doing, Joshua?
So, right, anyway, that's enough. So, just before we go into predictions, because obviously the reason I mentioned Cody is it is relevant. Do we see him turning up at Saudi tomorrow, Matty?
No, I don't think so. It'd pop a good number, but I don't think they're doing it tomorrow.
No. Okay, Jimmy?
If he did leave AW and is signing with WWE, he is popping up in Saudi tomorrow without a shadow of a doubt.
I mean, there's been rumours today. There was actually a thing on Reddit where somebody took a picture apparently of him in a Polish airport, which apparently is a connecting flight from the US. I don't know myself, to Saudi. Hey, Courtney, how we doing? So we don't know. He could turn up tomorrow, and obviously I can't verify that picture on Reddit. Can't say what it is, what it isn't. But if that picture's got any truth in it, we could see him there.
Cody likes to troll people, man. He could have just put that out there himself just to get people spreading it. Because
apparently he was on a flight into St. Louis, like not even 20 minutes after I got into St. Louis.
Yep. He loves doing that stuff. So
yeah. Here's the team and Joker. What's he got to say? Let's have a look. Here, I think what is going to happen, almost attacks AJ before entering the chamber and almost enters the pod just like I did in 2011. Yeah, potentially. I think they'll keep Omos away from that match. I really do think they'll keep Omos away from that match. I would, because he's too green and he could really hurt somebody. Hey, John West, how we doing, John?
Though. I wouldn't be against that idea of someone coming and doing the edge spot. Not necessarily Omos, but someone.
I feel like that would have been a Brock Lesnar spot. That would have been a Brock Lesnar spot for sure.
Enter the Stardust.
No. If the first music we don't hear is "Whoa, you're only smoking mirrors," I'll be sad.
Oh, God. Right, guys, so let's get into the predictions anyway. Let's see what's going on in the world with wrestling. Let's see what we think is going to happen in Saudi tomorrow. So first match, I'm going to put these matches in order I believe they may happen. And then we'll see where we go from there, okay? WrestleBuddy says Cody will accost Rollins in the chamber and set up a match with him at Mania with Triple H as the special guest referee. Do you know what? It's not a really bad, really good shout, that Alex, as well. Hello, Dino. Are you all right, mate? How are you doing?
Hello.
I believe that Brock's going to cost Roman's going to cost Brock at the Elimination Chamber. I really do. I think there's something's going to happen here. And it's going to, there's going to cost something there on the lines. But anyway, let's get into our predictions, because obviously let's talk about them when we get to them. So first up, I'm going to go with the Usos versus the Viking Raiders for the Tag Team Championships. And just can't get into the Viking Raiders at all. I never have done since they first come into the company. I know I feel really bad about that because they look like they're good performers. But for me personally, I just don't think they look right here with the Usos, and it's going to be a pretty easy one for the Usos. This one, Jimmy, what's your thoughts?
My problem with the Viking Raiders is their faces. They should be presented as heels, because I personally enjoy them. I think they put on great matches. They're probably undervalued in WWE, but with going in as baby faces, it just doesn't work for them. I don't buy them at all, and there's no reason to believe that the Usos are dropping the titles of these guys. This hasn't been built up enough. So, yeah, Usos easily.
Okie doke. Matty, what's your thoughts on this one, mate?
I'm, without a doubt, this is the Usos. I wholeheartedly agree with Jimmy. The Viking Raiders should be booked as heels, dominant monster heels, because you don't have that in the tag division right now. And it, like you said, Andy, aesthetically, this match just feels weird. It just feels like a thrown together match for the Saudi show. Like they needed the tag titles to be defended, and they needed a match, and they saw a tag team out in the back, threw them against the Usos. It should be a fun match. I feel like these guys might have really good chemistry, but yeah, Usos are gotta win.
I think it's also to give the Usos a paycheck, and also we might see the Usos later on the night, mightn't we? And I don't know how it works with the Saudi show, whether they have to have people on the card to pay them, or whether they can bring talent just to sit backstage and they just get paid for being over there. So I don't know. Do you know what I mean? That might be the case. But okay, very, very quick on this one. I'm going to go Usos. Jimmy?
I'm going Usos, but I'm leaving very confused with this because I don't know where they go after this going into WrestleMania season. The tag division is terrible right now.
Matty?
Yep, it's the Usos.
Brilliant. Demon Joker, he says the Usos win. Dino Fuchs makes a good point for the tag heels. AOP should never have been let go. No, AOP should never have been let go. Mate.
I agree.
They were getting so damn good. Like they were finally coming into their own.
Yeah.
Then he got hurt though.
He got hurt, but the thing is, just because he got hurt, he shouldn't have got released. He should have been a bit.
Two times though, they started to give them some steam, and then both times they got derailed from an injury. So I mean, I get what they were going with it, but yeah, they probably should have never let him go. Yeah.
You don't wrestle, buddy. Alex says Usos versus Alpha Academy at Mania for both the belts. No, we want to keep them belts separate, mate. There is hope that it's going to mean something soon again.
With the tag titles, I wouldn't mind them combining them. Actually, you don't need two separate ones. There's not enough tag teams.
You just don't want to see that match at Mania, Jimmy?
Now that I'm thinking about it, it's not a bad match. I'm not.
It would be a really good match. Chad Gable would just go and have his WrestleMania moment.
I wouldn't be mad at it now. That's good idea, Alex.
Yeah. Okay. So next one we've got Drew McIntyre versus Madcap Moss. We're happy. Corbin. Falls count anywhere match. Now, do you know what? Based on popular opinion, I know everybody turns around and says, "Oh, Madcap Moss." I'm gonna shout it out and put it into the universe. I love Madcap Moss. I think he's being really good. I think he's being funny. He's got a great little character. You know, what was he doing beforehand? And you know, now he's in with the former WWE champion in Drew McIntyre. Jimmy, go on, mate. I can see your
Who called out Madcap Moss last time we did this for day one? I was like, Madcap Moss has something, and I picked him to win last time. He let me down, but he surprised everybody because it was a great match he had with Drew. I'm looking forward to this one again because I'm a Madcap Moss man, and I'm taking them again. They're going to knock Drew down before they pick him back up. It's happening. Madcap Moss. Number one stand right here.
Yeah, and do you know what? I like the pairing of these, Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin. The one thing that I love with this is when the two of them, like even in the Rumble, when I can't remember which way it was, I think Madcap coming after Happy, and the two of them are laughing and pushing each other and all like that. And they just look like they're having fun, don't they, Matty?
They really do look like they're having a lot of fun. And like Jimmy said, I gave him a lot of shit whenever he was saying the Madcap was going to win. I even bet eating a handful of names out of my hat over that. Thank God Drew won that time. But yeah, no, like Jimmy said, Madcap put on a performance. He made a believer out of me. So Madcap Moss, he's good in my book. This is going to be one hell of a Falls Count Anywhere match.
Yeah. Demon Joker says Drew McIntyre to win. Then after the match,
oh, don't do that to me.
No. They've still got to win the tag team champions, them two. They've got to win a title.
Yeah, Baron Corbin needs a freaking title. It's been way too long. Too long.
And the thing is, them two together would be perfect in my eyes. You know what I mean? I think they'd be brilliant as tag team champions when they finally get them off the Usos. Poor Drew, you know. And when I say poor Drew, not poor Drew really, because we've seen this with WWE so many times. You know, look at Bobby Lashley was in look at the storyline he was in with Lana, and the next minute, you know, Bumpy's reset. Drew wasn't doing too well himself, and the next minute, bang, he won the Rumble. You know, sometimes they put them further down the card because for some reason WWE feels like if they put them down the card and don't kind of acknowledge them as much, that when they do come the time to give them that big push again, then the time out the limelight and away from everything is going to really put them up there, Jim. Do you think that?
Absolutely. I think what it does is it allows them to see who can withstand that, you know, being pushed down the card, see if they can still get that engagement from the fans to see if they're worth putting the title on. And if the fans stay behind them or, you know, they play the game the way they're supposed to play it, they reward them right afterwards. I think that's been their formula for quite some time. And it works a lot of the time. Like you just pointed out, Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre, look at them now. They're fantastic. So it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, and what do you think with Drew? Do you think this is a good thing for him at the moment, Matty?
I don't see anything really happening with Drew at Mania. Like anything big. So now would be a good time for Drew to take that couple tiers down on the ladder to build himself back up, maybe towards SummerSlam or maybe very well as next year's Rumble winner.
Hold your mouth. He's going to win it at the UK pay-per-view in September.
Oh, that is in September, isn't it?
Well, they haven't announced it yet, but it's going to happen.
Yep.
It has to happen.
I called that last time too.
If the UK pay-per-view happens, then 100%.
That's how you
should
pay
throw
that
the
man.
belt on Drew because they want that WrestleMania pop for him. Do that in front of a UK crowd. That UK crowd is going to be volcanic hot for that whole show.
Wow, not off. And I will be there with my Drew McIntyre Braveheart face paint on.
Oh, we're going to see Andy in a kilt.
I can show you. You want to see me in a kilt? Go on my Facebook. It's there from my wedding day. So, okay, let's have a look at this one then. McIntyre or Madcap? Matty?
Like I said, it's Madcap this time. This time it's Madcap Moss.
Do you, mate?
I think Madcap takes it. It's no DQ, so Baron's going to be involved, and then Drew gets his redemption, then gets Baron Corbin at WrestleMania. That's clearly where they're heading.
Yeah, I mean, I see Madcap winning this match because I don't feel like Drew losing it hurts him.
No.
I don't think even Drew taking a couple of losses in this feud and moving on doesn't hurt him. It just elevates Madcap or the pairing of Madcap and Corbin.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Madcap on that one as well. Guys, I say when we're doing all these predictions, let us know in the chat. Give us some your own predictions as well. Let us know what you think. You know, get involved. We'll put them up and we'll discuss them with you as well. Okay, so let's move on to our next match. I'm going to go with Rey Mysterio versus The Miz. This is a let me up match if there ever was one. It's just a match in between. maybe this one might even come between the Elimination Chambers. Maybe just to give people
Just
a bit of
the piss match of the show.
Yeah. No, but so Ashton's put Madcap, but I want Drew because he's one of my favourites, and Ray, I want him to win. So you want Drew and Ray to win, mate? Yeah. Okay. With this one, I think Ray loses, and I think it's because the Dominic turn comes. 110%. I think the Dominic turn comes at this point. So I think the Miz with this one. I think this Dominic Ray thing, it's been going on for quite a while now. We've had a couple of little hints at it, then they've pulled back on it a bit, and they've hinted again, and it's where we're at, isn't it, Matty?
Yeah, if it wasn't for Jimmy's weekly recaps of the shows, I probably wouldn't know too much about this. That's a shameless plug. Go check out his recaps. But yeah, I don't think the heel turn's coming tomorrow. I think it's going to be the last screw up leading to the heel turn, and then of course that'll lead to Ray versus Dom at Mania. But the final screw up will probably come during this match, and yeah, Miz is going to take it.
Okay, so on this one, the Demon Joker's just made a good point there. Rey Mysterio wins, he turns on Dominic Mysterio, then Rey versus Dominic. I mean, we know what we're getting to Rey and Dominic, whichever way it goes. Do you see this one as a retirement match for Rey, Jimmy? And do you feel like it's going to be for the mask? So that he places it over to Dominic?
I can see the mask happening. I don't see the retirement happening. But the only way I see the mask happening is if Rey is the babyface, because as a heel, him losing the mask, it's like, okay, that's what people wanted to see. And if he's gonna lose the mask, it has to be something that's like dastardly and really puts over Dominic. So,
but if he is the heel going into the feud, Dominic beats him and takes the mask, and then Rey kind of goes, you're my boy and proud, yeah.
Does a double turn
gives
there?
Him the mask, and it kind of, all's well that ends well. Nice little story.
This is just a really hard one to book that way because one, I don't think Dominic has what it takes to play heel. He's still super green. Yeah. He's still learning so much, and I just don't think he has the character to be a heel. And then Rey as a heel, who's buying that? Like, this man's been babyface for 25 plus years.
I genuinely don't think Rey's ever been heel in WWE.
If they do it, well, could it work, right? If they go down the
not with Dominic.
Why not? Because let's face it, when we're all kids and stuff like that, all our dads were heels. Do you know what I mean? So if you book it correctly,
Andy, don't sell me on this match like that.
As a fan, who's watching Dom get his butt whooped and being like, hey, that's wrong. They're like, man, good. He deserves it. Like, nobody's behind Dominic like that.
Are we talking a couple months ago, like before the match with Seth Rollins? Or
yeah, I want to see it beat down like that if it's going to happen. But still, when he got that beat down, I was like, yeah, get him, initiate him. He deserves it.
Yeah, I've tried to teach you though, and you're not listening. Next minute, the fans buy into it. Oh, the evil dad.
As always, prove me wrong. I'd gladly take it if they can prove me wrong and sell this and make.
I think what they'd have to do is maybe go down the route of a bit of a tough love stuff where you had somebody like, I don't know, Ray turns around and sends out Bobby Lashley and says, I'm going to watch you get beat up by him, and it's tough love. This is what you need, things like that. You know what I mean? You could use Omos, put Omos in there and get Omos just to slam him about, and it's because Ray puts him there. Do you know what I mean?
Ray would have to sell hard for me to just buy into that, though. It would take a lot. Like I said,
but he's got a lot of experience, hasn't he?
25 plus years I've been watching this man, and he's just as babyface gets.
But what you've got to remember, Jimmy, is them key words, what you say there, 25 years I've been watching this man. You've got to remember, WWE doesn't care about you. And the fact that you've watched it for this amount of time, they only care about the random fans that come and watch. Do you know what I mean?
But if they try to turn him heel, it's one of those things where nobody's going to want to boo Ray Jr. I have a very hard time thinking anyone is going to want to boo that man. Yeah. It would take a lot, and Dom is not a lot.
Yeah. It would be funny if Dominic batters Ray with a pole and then takes his mask off and puts it on it.
That's the way you do it, though. Yeah. How would Dom get heat? Do that.
I mean,
that works.
you know, where I said you could do the dad storyline, I suppose Dominic as a heel, you could really do it well if he went down the route of the bratty son, throwing a tantrum and a wobbler and, you know, losing his mind and kind of, I want that mask, I want this is my right, my birthright, and all that stuff. You know, there's a way of doing it, isn't
and Dom can pull it off. Absolutely, there's ways to do it. I just don't think Dom can pull it off.
And one thing I want to ask the both of you is, do you think Dominic takes on the mask, and do you think it benefits him, Matty?
I don't think he takes on the mask. I think we saw like a couple of years ago, he like did a design that he put out on Twitter that he was going to do like a hooded mask or something like that. But I don't know. And as we were talking about it, I think instead of the mask going into the match at WrestleMania, put the cherry on top. Let Dominic come out in a lowrider.
100%. Right, okay then, guys. So let's move on from this one then. So, Matty, Dom or Miz?
It's the Miz.
I've done that on purpose because of the use for getting your water. Jimmy, Dom or Miz?
Ray's gonna win. Ray.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go with Dom. I'm gonna go with Miz on this one. It's Dom or Miz. Honestly, God, Ray or Miz.
Dom or Miz.
Wake up, Andy. Wake up, Andy. And Courtney says, yeah, I don't see Dominic doing that. Okay, let's move on then. So we'll go on to Becky Lynch versus Lita. Really good match, this one. It looks like it's going to be a solid match. You know, one of the things that I said to you, Jim, didn't I was frustrated with was people turning around and going, oh, look at Lita now. She was dead outspoken about Saudi. She was outspoken about the women's rights, and she turned around and said, you know, she's part of this match where they're on big ballards, and she spoke to some of the girls that have been to Saudi and how much it meant to the Saudi women and stuff. Good on her. So anybody who goes on about it turning things, shut up. But really good match, this. Good, and a good dream match as well. We don't get to see a lot of women's dream matches, do we? Do you know what I mean? You know, we've seen quite a few with Edge coming back and potentially Stone Cold by the looks of it as well. We get to see some of these dream matches and stuff like that. But you know, in the women's division, we don't see a lot of them. You know, we've seen Beth Phoenix come back a couple of times, but we haven't really seen her put in any of these big feuds or big matches, you know, that potentially she should have been used in. What's your thoughts on this one, Jim? Let's go to you first. I can see you rubbing your hands there.
I'm glad we're getting Lita in some of these matches because we've seen Trish do, I think, 2 or 3 of them. So yes. I'm glad Lita's finally getting the chance to. I hope she has a few more in her because when I think of dream matches, I know Becky Lynch, I idolized her, but Becky Lynch isn't one I think of when I think of a Lita dream match. But with that said, I think Becky Lynch has done what she does all the time. She has sold me on this match because the way she tells stories is just next level.
Yeah.
And what she did on Monday night, I'm just like, yeah, I want to see this now. So I'm looking forward to it, and I look forward to seeing more Lita matches after.
Yeah. Okay, Matty, what's your thoughts on this one?
My immediate thoughts is, holy fuck, they put Lita in a match against someone who can take a twist of fate. Thank God. Oh, all those ones to Charlotte made me cringe so bad. Off of that now. I'm really excited for this. Lita, I was so happy to see her at the Royal Rumble live. That's my childhood crush. And to see that she's still got it at a fairly high level, it gives me hope. This should be a really fun match. Did I miss something? Was there a stipulation added this Monday or
no?
No, it's okay.
No, it's just a straight.
Okay, I thought I heard something about a stipulation being added, but yeah, no. All together, this should be a really fun match. If it goes past the Saudi show and like tries to build to something else with Lita, I don't know what, but prospects are open. I'm interested in more Lita dream matches, like you said, Andy.
Lita versus Bayley.
Yes, 150%.
Lita wins because she's the one that announced the War Women's Championship. Right? Do you know what? I announced it, now I've got it.
It's not bad continuity. Not
bad continuity. Unfortunately, Becky's got to be a belt at WrestleMania, so it's not going to happen, mate. So yeah, there's my prediction. Becky, Matty?
It's Becky. It's Becky.
Jim?
I'm gonna go on. I hate doing this. I'm gonna go. They're gonna swerve us. I think Lita wins, and then Becky wins it back on Monday night. I think they're going with something like that. just to give that crowd a pop and to shock people.
Okay. Right, so we've got Roman Reigns versus Oldberg next.
Gorg.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even know what to say about this one. Right, Matty, Roman or Goldberg?
Roman.
Jimmy.
Roman.
Okay.
I honestly think this match will be fun though. It'll be 3-4 minutes tops of just
it's going 3 or less.
I really think this is going to be a fun match to watch. If it goes anything past 5 minutes though,
the one between Roman or Goldberg and Lesnar at Mania, that went what, 2:16? Like 2.5 minutes? That was Tribal Chief will kick this Baldy's ass this time. Hey, and another thing, I don't know if they've really brought it up. This was supposed to be the main event of one of the nights of WrestleMania 2 years ago.
2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
The fact they didn't add this into the story is dumb. Maybe they did. I didn't watch last week.
Yeah. I mean, the one thing I'm kind of happy with this match is the fact that we've got Paul Heyman there, who obviously has a lot of say in Roman's matches and stuff like that. So
I hope Lesnar comes out and just picks up Paul and takes him to the back.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. As you know, it's not going to last long. Goldberg matches was like my honeymoon, mate. 3 minutes of incense bites.
Those are always the best kind, though, man. Always the best kind.
Always the best one. Always the best one. Right, so we'll move on anyway. I don't like to give a lot of time for Goldberg, even though his thing is. Keith, I'd love to see Rated RK Bro win. Then they can do what Owens and Jericho did, Friendship Festival. Anyone?
No.
If it doesn't involve Matt Riddle trying to give Orton a joint, I'm not in for it.
Do you know what, mate? I said this week. I want Riddle to win it, and he's my pick. He's my pick. Whether it's right or wrong, he's my pick. And then you'd have him and Randy feuds over the title up to Mania. Boom. And do you know what? Because of the way that Riddle is and the way the story is with him and Randy and all like that, it's something totally different than what's going on with Brock and Roman, and gives something completely different and something to a different type of fan. I'm all for that, mate. I feel like if you keep the belt on Bobby Lashley, it's too much like what's going on with Roman and Brock, the way that Bobby Lashley is. But anyway, we'll get to that match. Before we do, let's go down Ronda Rousey and Naomi versus Charlotte Flair and Sonja Deville. Ronda, it seems that way. Naomi, obviously, Sonja's with Charlotte because Sonja's been going after Naomi for how long? One of the most longest and boringest storylines in wrestling, because there's no concept or anything else as to what is actually going on with this, and they've just dragged it on for a stupid amount of time. And if I hear one more time, you can't touch Sonja because she's got a jacket on, I'm going to fucking scream. Matty?
Yeah, this is a thrown together match to get women in Saudi Arabia.
I don't know, though. I don't know.
Other than that, I don't know why they had this as a tag team match on one of their pay-per-views.
I think it's a way to get Charlotte and Ronda on. I feel like that's it. But this feud, obviously, between the other two is a little bit.
They could have done this on a SmackDown. I don't get pay-per-view vibes off this match.
I think it's to push the whole Saudi women's thing, and I'm all for it. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I'm for it too. Progression.
I just don't like is the fact that, again, it's like this storyline should be more progressed at this point now than what it is. I feel like they've missed a boat by not. Do you know what I mean?
There might be a reason for it, though. I mean, they might have thought Sonya was going to be ready before she was, and that's why it got dragged out as long as it did. I mean, there's reasons. But it has gone on for a long time, and the fact that it's going to continue into WrestleMania is a little bit wild. But Rousey loses. That's all I care. Give me Rousey losing, and this is a fantastic match, in my opinion.
Jamie Joker says Ronda Rousey and Naomi for the win. Then Naomi gets added to the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania, making it a three-way. Hell no. Sorry, I love you, Joe. I really do, mate. But Naomi has no business or no need to be in any title match at WrestleMania when she's just been shit on for the last 6 months.
You didn't see her match on SmackDown last week.
It was phenomenal.
Do you know what? Right, Naomi is great. Naomi is great, but for me personally, she needs to be added to the bloodline and then go after a title.
I mean, I
Turn
think
her
they'll
heel.
pass that. It'll never happen at this point.
Yeah.
We got a better chance of the bloodline breaking up before they add anything else.
Yeah. I think they might add something. I do, but I just don't know when. I think if you want to keep the storyline fresh and keep it going for a lot longer, which I believe that they do, because obviously The Rock's going to be in Hollywood when I go, so they need to keep that going. Okay, right. Next, so on this one, Rousey, Naomi, Charlotte, Flair, Sonja, Ronda, and Naomi send the crowds happy. Quizmaster Matty.
Yeah, it's gonna be Ronda, Naomi, Sonya Deville's gonna take the pin. Naomi's gonna get the pin, and I don't even know if Ronda and Charlotte are actually gonna collide in the match.
Yeah, Jim.
Yeah, Charlotte and Naomi are winning. Oh, Charlotte and Sonya are winning. Naomi's taking the pin. If Naomi gets the win, then there's no reason for the WrestleMania match. Naomi has to take the pin from Sonya.
Okay, right. So let's move on now to our two Hell in a Cell Elimination Chamber matches, or the Chamber as they're gone. Guys in the chat, as I say, there's a lot of you watching here. Thanks for watching with us. So make sure you do put your predictions as we're going along as well, and we'll make sure we read them out. It's interesting to see everybody's predictions. So first of all, do you know what? I'm going to go with the men's Elimination Chamber, and then we'll finish off with the women's. Okay. So we've got Bobby Lashley champion versus Brock Lesnar, Seth freaking Rollins, Austin Theory, Riddle, and AJ Styles. Right now, picture the scene. They're all in there, apart from one, AJ Styles or Austin Theory. Let's use AJ in this one. Comes out, does his entrance. Omos comes out and smashes his head in. The lights go down. The crowd goes wild. Mansoor.
He's not on the card yet. He's not on the card yet.
Oh, he will be.
They have yet to get his mandatory match
tonight on SmackDown.
What's that?
They'll announce a match for Mansoor on SmackDown tonight.
Yeah.
Kickoff show. Got to get him on there somehow.
He might win the 24/7 title at some point.
Bloody hell.
Someone runs out of the ring, but no. We've already discussed Cody, so I'm not going to go into it. Good match, this one. WrestleBuddy says Riddle wins. Courtney says Riddle wins. I say Riddle wins. Demon Joker says Austin Theory wins to shock everyone.
Shut the shit out of me.
It's not going to happen, mate. It's not going to happen. I think to be fair, everyone would be shocked enough if Riddle won. I really do. I think they would be absolutely shocked if Riddle won.
I'd be personally shocked if anybody other than Bobby or Brock won. I'm just saying that right now. My heart says Riddle, but my logic dictates it's Lesnar.
But to be honest with you, Matt, and this is the thing, right, I'm going to go into, Jim, is it's not me heart says Riddle, but my brain can logically understand it being Riddle. Because as I've said before, when you've got a serious feud going on between two beasts and all this stuff that they've got going on, for me, if I was the promoter, I wouldn't want the same type of something going on with Bobby. Because Bobby, for me, is too much like Brock Lesnar, and the way that he goes about it and everything else he does, he's too much like Brock for me. So for me, I'd want my other main event at Mania to be something totally different and totally away from what the other two are, as I said before. So, what's your thoughts on that, Jim?
Man, I always go into these prediction shows with what I think, what I would want to see happen. Because when you got a match like this that kind of screams obvious, I don't like to go the obvious route. I like to be, I guess, I like to keep an open mind. What could happen? I've been a big Riddle supporter since day one. I've been pushing it for a year now. Riddle is the man. He should be next on the block for guy in the main event. Title at WrestleMania. I've been on it for a year. And it makes sense. What you're saying makes 100% sense. No argument against it. But to argue against it, I'll just use Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens as an example. They had the title on them, and it was the story. It was different. It should have went into WrestleMania, and they didn't because big men Vince McMahon loves. And I think it's very likely that Brock is winning this match, and we're doing title versus title WrestleMania. That's not what I am going to choose for my prediction, but I feel like I have a hard time looking at this match and not seeing that happen.
Yeah, I can see. And to be fair, I think if that's going to be the case, then I'm not one of these people that likes them going title versus title. I don't think that it needs that kind of. If you're going to put the titles together and just have one and have somebody on both shows, fair dues.
And when they do it, Roman will have both titles, and then on Raw they'll bring out the Big Goldie. They'll reintroduce Big Gold.
If they reintroduce Big Gold, I'll be so happy.
They're going to do it because what does WWE like to do more than anything? Push merchandise. It's been a long time since we've seen Big Gold. Put it back on TV. Now people want to buy it again, and it pushes their merchandise sales. It just. I'm trying to.
Me and my brother just spent $200 without it being on TV.
Wait, $200? God damn.
I think this table's just got a bit rockery. He's talking about Big
I'm
Gold.
mad, bro. I'd gladly spend $200 on one.
Yeah, I think it was like $240 something with the tax and shipping and everything.
My Smoking Skulls belt was almost twice that much.
Holy shit!
Not Universal. What was the Undisputed one? Was about $410. Something like that.
I think $470 is what I paid for Smoking Skull last year.
Damn, I really got a steal then. It came in a fucking title bag and everything.
I'll take you on title for title, Maddie.
So
we'll do it at this year's SummerSlam.
Lashley, he could take it. Did anyone see the Royal Rumble? And obviously, he can make lightning strike twice.
Yeah, I did see the Rumble. I was there live.
Lashley could retain Keith. I really think he could, but I just don't see it. I don't see Lashley being champion going into Mania because I believe it's too much of a similar.
Damn, Alex.
What's Alex?
What did Alex just say?
Mansoor will be added to
it. Some legit blood money going on, man. What the?
Oh, kill the poor bastard while we're at it.
Just have a public execution.
You guys remember the look Undertaker gave Maven after eliminating him? Yeah, that's what Roman's just gonna give Mansoor.
Okie doke, right, guys. So we're gonna move. Let's get our predictions then. I'm going Riddle, my man Riddle, bro. Matty,
it's Brock.
Jimmy,
my heart says Matt Riddle, and I will be rooting for Matt Riddle 100%. I think Brock's winning, but I'm not gonna pick Brock because I don't like picking the obvious. I think they're gonna shock us with this one as well. I think AJ Styles wins this with some kind of fuckery where Brock ends up getting eliminated by Roman somehow, or maybe Brock and Bobby eliminate themselves together. I see AJ winning this, and then we get AJ versus Edge for the title at Mania. That's where I'm going to go with.
Do you know because Roman's
the title?
Right, here, right? Roman's the tribal chief, isn't he? Yeah. So how about he comes out to the Elimination Chamber with a blowpipe? Fucking drops fucking Lesnar.
Yeah. hits Brock. Brock looks over, just takes it out. Fuck, I need another one.
We get a Jim Carrey moment from Ace Ventura.
Yeah, wobbles around and just hits the top. Brilliant. Courtney says Riddle wins this one. Obviously, Keith thinks Lashley's going to win, and Demon Joker thinks Austin Theory's going to win. I don't think he wins yet, mate.
I love Austin Theory, man. That would be crazy.
I do. I just think he's going to have you.
Crazy.
Right. So actually, Keith's picking the Beast Incarnate of Brock Lesnar.
It's a safe pick, Keith.
Interesting. That. No problem. Right. Pick, okay. Keith. On to the women's one. I'm going to tell you straight. This one's pissed me off. This match because I just feel like if you're going to have the men's for the championships, we need a bit of continuity. No. I was saving your comment on that, Alex, for this point precisely. But I feel like it should have been for the title as well. I think if you're going to do one for the men's, you should have done it for the women's as well. Whether it was the SmackDown or thingy one. Okay, so we've got Liz Morgan, Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, Doudrop, Nikki AHS, and Alexa Bliss in this one. Not a bad little match, this, to be fair. I think it's just going to be Bianca. I think Bianca is going to get a thingy back. you know, what she got done to her, well, how she got wronged at SummerSlam. I think it's time now to get that back. The story writes itself as well going into Mania. Liv's already had a chance. I don't think Rhea's there yet. I think Rhea's in the, what I like to call the Drew stage at the moment, the Drewniverse.
The Drewniverse.
Where she's just treading water. Alexa's just come back. I think like there's an Alexa Nikki Ash storyline there somewhere along the line, and Doudrop's just a big girl to take the big spots and catch people.
Bye, Courtney.
Go on. Right, we'll have to see it running errands. Right,
Stay safe, Courtney.
Courtney, see you tomorrow. We'll be on
hydrated.
live stream tomorrow. Yeah, stay hydrated and safe and all that good jazz. Yeah, we had heard about Keith. We did discuss at the beginning of the show, mate. We were discussing like that if he stowed up a start or the bomb, mate. We did discuss whether he would turn up or what he'd turn up as and stuff like that. So we have gone to that bit. Bianca Belair will enter the match last as Demon Joker. So we head back to this match then. So I just don't see anybody else as a credible winner of this match, really. What's your thoughts, Jim? I think this is more clear cut than the men's in my eyes.
I was all for the Bianca thing. I thought it's been written in stone for quite some time. The Ronda thing threw a wrench in it for a second, but luckily she went and did the thing with Charlotte, and I don't have to watch it now. And Bianca is the obvious choice here. After Monday, though, I'm not so sure because Rhea Ripley came out looking like an absolute star. And it's something the crowd has been waiting for. I think it's something the fans have been waiting for ever since their match on NXT a few years ago. And with Bianca going in at 6, her winning really doesn't. It's not a babyface story. That's the easy road out. I don't think you go that way. I wouldn't be surprised if Bianca won, but I just think there's something to this Rhea. I think they're pushing her right now for a reason. That gauntlet match was amazing. It was fantastic. Yeah, I've watched it twice now. It's so good, and she just looked comfortable again, which is awesome because she has not looked that good since NXT. I will say I'm not a fan of Alexa Bliss being put in this match just to lose. I hate it when they do these big returns and just have them lose right away. Unless there's some kind of weird nonsense that goes with it, it doesn't make sense to put her in this match just to lose. It's just weird.
Yeah.
And with Jimmy saying that, are you ready for Alexa to win the match?
She could too. She possibly could. I think, to be fair, apart from Bianca, she's the second most credible one for me. I think that match at WrestleMania becomes a triple threat because I think there's going to be somebody in there to take the pin to protect Becky. I really do.
I don't. If you're doing Bianca and Becky at WrestleMania, Bianca has to pin Becky. That's the story. Yeah. It has to happen. I wouldn't be surprised if they put Rhea Ripley in it, though. That wouldn't surprise me. But I think they're going to have to do a lot of storytelling to make it make sense. Yeah. You can't you'd have to have Rhea go in number 1 in the Elimination Chamber and make it all the way to the end again. Yeah. And then, I don't know.
I think that would speak volumes for Rhea Ripley, though, as well, though.
Yeah.
If she were to enter at 1 and go to Bianca.
Okay, possible. Right, all right then, guys. Well, let's get the final predictions in. Then I'm going to go with Bianca on this one. Matty,
I'm actually going to go with Rhea on this one. I do see Bianca getting into like y'all said, making it a triple threat at Mania, but I genuinely think Rhea Ripley, with the amount of momentum they got behind her right now, why not let her win a Elimination Chamber match?
Jim.
I'm gonna go with Bianca just because that I've been saying it for months. That's the story it has to culminate at WrestleMania. But I wouldn't be surprised to see Rhea win it and then them change it. Like that wouldn't surprise me at all.
We don't know who's won it yet, mate. It hasn't happened.
AJ Styles won it.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy thinks AJ Styles, Adnan. I think Riddle, and Matty thinks Riddle as well.
Nah, surprise slide in from the 24/7 champion Reggie.
Right, whose kid's this? Owen up.
Hey, Dalen, what's up?
Hi, Dalen, you all right, buddy? You don't. Keith, can I just say I love Ronda Rousey's in work? I think she's amazing. Made the spinner Piper live on. Go on, Jimmy. Go on, Jimmy. Keith, I totally agree with you, mate. Brilliant.
Get out of the chat.
Brilliant.
You're not welcome here anymore, bro.
No, it is. It's staying there. I'm not even removing it from the chat. It's staying on the screen. That's how good it is.
Motherfucker.
Keith, we love you. Keith, we love you. Don't listen
No,
to
I don't. I do not. I emphatically do not.
You got Maddie's love.
Shut up, Maddie.
See, even Adnan's laughing well in Adnan.
Put it back up. Get it off the screen.
No, it's staying on till the end of the stream now.
Dude,
That's how good. That's how much of a
Goodbye,
good.
everybody.
That's
Thank you for
comment.
joining us.
That is comment of the night. Comment of the night. Well done, Keith. Watching in
Ridiculous.
school.
Yeah, get it off.
Dalen, I think you need to come and pick your dad up, mate. Never mind what school.
Alex said that Keith's comment will get a star.
Yeah, it will. It will. Well done, Keith. Top guy. Give him top fan. Right, guys. Well, that's us done for our predictions. Make sure you join us tomorrow for our live watch along. We'll be there from the whole event. Come and chill with us and watch it, and we'll shoot the shit as it's going on, and we'll give all our opinions on as it happens and everything else. It's 5 o'clock UK, Matty, America.
I think I saw 10 a.m. or 9 a.m.
Okay.
Mountain
Jimmy,
time,
what's
right?
up?
You're mountain
Yeah,
time.
for my mountain time. Yeah.
I think it's 1 o'clock Eastern.
Okay, so
Well,
yeah,
Don't
we're
quote
about
me.
we're 3 hours behind you, so it would be
Yeah.
10 a.m. my time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 5 p.m. English UK time, 6 p.m. Europe, 10:30 India.
I'm gonna go into that chat and give that dude a thumbs down on his stupid.
Well done, Keith. I'm from Liverpool, England, Adnan. Matty's from the Rockies in Colorado, and we've got Jimmy. who's
Panama
from,
City, Florida, baby.
Jimmy's in from right
Adam
out of
Cole
Keith's.
country.
He's in Keith's brain.
Rent
Keith's
free.
pocket. Yeah, Keith. Yeah, Jimmy's from Florida, and Keith lives in Jimmy's brain. Well, guys, as I say, join us tomorrow for the watch along. We're going to be back on this channel again. If we've got any Impact fans watching here, we're going to be doing another live stream in around about 30 minutes time. We're going to be doing the watch our predictions for the Impact pay-per-view that's going on tomorrow. So if you're about, make sure you come back and join us, guys. But until then, we will see you again in a little while, and then tomorrow for the WWE fans, we'll see you for our live watch along. So come and join us. But until then, take care. Bye now.
Goodbye to everybody but Keith.
Bye.
Keith's a legend.